Chef for Change is really a full service catering company, but it also has a lot of social content to it. It's a program and a business in one. The program essentially works with people that want to change their life or career. I think it's important that anybody trying to enter the culinary world get their training in the real kitchen. One of the most important parts of that is you get to see the day-to-day activities from the beginning. You get to see the setup, you get to see the on-site sanitation, you get to see the pressure. There's no experience like, you know, watching the whole thing and being a part of it, assisting and making yourself feel like you came and became a part of the team.
French toast first, right?
French toast first. Look at everything on there.
8 slices of white bread.
8 slices of white bread, 2 eggs.
Peanut butter, jelly. I'm actually, an ex-convict, striving to rehabilitate myself, just make a difference in the community, so, I seen what he had, his plan, his idea, and the thoughts that he had, and I thought I could add on, so he gave me an opportunity, so that opportunity brought me down here, and since then, it's been great.
What he's doing is real positive. I feel, that's why I'm helping him, actually. If it wasn't something positive, I'm keeping it moving, you know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it real. But Chris, he's came a long way from the time I met him till now. He's a real positive dude, you know what I mean? I really like him. That's why I stay around positive people.
Chef for Change started from me going to culinary school, so Chef for Change is gonna have a lot of the peers and individuals that I worked with or went to school with that will help aid and assist me in the process of training and also working with us. So he dropped by to help us out with our little experiment here. So any little suggestions that he has or advice, I duly respect it, and I ask Cypher for you to trust his opinion, because I do. I like to start my training shifts off as an informal session first, meaning that we go over what we're gonna do, how we plan on doing it, the ingredients. We leave any questions that you may have, so that way you're not going into it blind.
He's been down a path that a lot of us haven't been down, you know what I mean? He can stop a young kid from going down that path that he's been down, you know what I mean? If that kid is willing to listen, you feel me? So if he can talk to young cats out here, willing to join gangs and stuff, if he can talk them out of that stuff, more power to him,
The kitchen that we're in now is Fish and Things. It's at 491B Blue Hill Ave. We're right in Grove Hall. We have breakfast all day. It's a seafood restaurant, so it's Fish and Things. Fish consisting of fresh fish and seafood, and the things being everything fun that you can think of. Burgers, hot dogs, and of course breakfast all day, which is my favorite. And it's fun breakfast, not that boring breakfast. I like that color there. So I think one of the things that we can obviously see is that we'll need a thicker bread and a stronger bread. 1, you get everything. 2, you measure everything out. But the way that I want it aligned while we're cooking is from what you're using first, second, third, fourth, fifth.
In that order.
In that order. So that way, literally, like you're just, all right, most things have to simmer for a few minutes. All right, add that, add that, add that. So this is like a timeline in essence to the finish line. Glance over. If you have any questions to it, write them down, and then we'll go over it before we start our actual production.
For me, basically, it's just doing the knowledge, and that means to be, just be attentive, just to be aware, to be conscious of what he's giving, because I know he's coming from a degree of experience, so at the same time, it's not to take what he's saying on face value, but allow myself to go through the experience as well to gain the knowledge that he's gained through his own experience. We had some minor setbacks, but those minor setbacks won't lead to major comebacks. So I'm definitely willing to gain the knowledge and experience that he has and gain that, and then give back to the community with that same energy, that same knowledge, that same insight that I've acquired. So that's why I'm here. vigorously, faithfully, you know, dedicated, disciplined, and determined, you know, to get it done.
Food is universal, man. Wherever you go, there's food. And if you make a meal and sit down, you can have a conversation about anything, brother. You know what I mean? You can have, the possibilities are endless. Everything you do, there's food. You know what I mean? You go to a corporate meeting, there's food. You know what I mean? You sit down with your homies at the house watching football, there's food. You know what I mean? So food, you can use food to communicate or just have a good time, period. You know what I mean? And it's real cool that actually trending now is like farm to table. So people are like willing to open their farms to like community, and kids can learn to farm and all that stuff. So I think it's really cool that he's using food as, you know, a vehicle, if you will, you know, to get his word out there.
Make an incision. Make an incision. Make an incision. And turn it. And make sure you keep these ends together. Cut down. Cut down.
Chris opening this restaurant here in Grove Hall in the heart of Roxbury, borderline Dorchester. It's really, really great because a lot of men of color here, they have a tough time getting a job because of some of them have been locked up, things like that, and the system just has failed them. So him having this restaurant, working with men, the men that are chefs, that's really important because we need good cooks, but not only that, we need fathers for our homes and to cook and show us, you know, show the community and be there and show everyone, but not only show in their house, but show their family how to cook, what to do, and also learn the business. And that's what's really important. We have to learn the business. So he's giving them the opportunity to learn the business. And I think that is really, really, really crucial and critical here in the heart of the city.
Basically, we just got our shipment of a majority of the things that we're going to need to store and utilize the equipment to make sure that everyone has the proper equipment to get the job done. We got our pancake dropper right there. We got here our containers for our cold storage. We got a pot right here. We'll probably make some rice and stuff like that out of that. Our delivery bags, basically everything that we're gonna need to make this operation successful. All the proper tools and things like that. I believe in utilizing tools so that way you simplify it for people. Like I could have told individuals I need a 1 ounce Slater. Instead of confusing them, I bought a pancake dropper and this 1 ounce will come right onto the flat top. So that way I could probably train them after. Like this is a 1 ounce Slater. But it's just basically equipment that I need. Like I said earlier when all the stuff came, this is like Christmas in the kitchen, in the restaurant world. So
it's important because it's definitely an add-on to the cipher, like an add-on as far as economic wise. It's another spot for the families and friends and people in the community to come in and break bread. And it's also to give back to. I heard that what he's trying to start off is give people that had a hard time as far as like trying to get their life together as far as like society or being incarcerated, and giving them jobs and things like that, keeping them off the street and keeping their nose clean. So I thought that was real positive.
Love you, man. We wanted to work.
Yeah,
At the end
absolutely.
of the day, we came because we wanted to work.
It's very brave to be an entrepreneur. You know, you're really stepping out on faith. And so, you know, if they say the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, you know,
Right.
so this single step is a big one.
Right.
And, you know, all of us are rooting you on, and we're going to put our money where our mouth is and make sure we patronize this place.
I already know what breakfast sandwich I'm going to get and when I'm stopping through.
Wait a minute. Now, see, he says I make the best breakfast in the world. You
No,
gonna
he
give me
did
some?
tell
You gonna give me some competition?
we're gonna open this restaurant, try to provide some jobs, give back to the community, provide good food. It's a community eatery, so just trying to feed our families. Employ our returning citizens, anybody down on their luck, people that really want to change their life. That's all it's all about. Fighting for rehabilitation. there's a lot of programs and facilities actually doing what Chef of Change do, but I compare it to the programs that I participated in the DOC, some that were voluntary and some that were mandatory. Every program that I've done in the DOC, I've learned from, I participated fully, and I took the time to try to get something out of it. So I thought that was great. But there's just something different about the programs that are facilitated and developed by individuals that actually are living examples of what they're teaching. So I say that to bring in full circle that every program that was inmate run and inmate developed, inmate facility, changed my life. It's gonna take those successfully living to change to help those that want to change. This program is developed on a blueprint of individuals that changed. So I feel it's the only mechanism to truly help individuals to change and to make the program to have the full content that it needs. And the individuals that develop these programs have been all in the same scenarios to the individuals that they're giving advice to successfully complete our program.